Batwoman is back, Shadow Moon is out, and Make Mine Marvel. Here we go, guys. Hello, everyone. Thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV, where every week we come together to tell you about the great comics that are coming out. For that week, we are talking about March 15th, 2017. I am Chris.
I'm still Mark.
And we are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com, and Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description down below. Good to have you back again for another week, bro.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool to have you here.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, I guess Randy, he just so worn out from all the excitement and how much fun he had in Mickey's Land.
Yeah, he's not feeling too well today.
Oh, sure he is. He didn't feel any better when I told him that Lucille was on Big Bang Theory last night. Yeah. I think that made his gut turn a little bit.
Yeah, every time he hears the name of that show,
but guys, anyway, hey, guys, if you haven't marked your calendars already, we've told you about it, but our grand opening mega sale is happening April 6th through the 9th. This is going to be huge. It's going to be mega. It's in our new location, our beautiful new location that we are in right now. And guys, there's tons of stuff coming. For those of you who have been asking, I will be doing a video walkthrough of the new place, hopefully for our next video. Time did not permit it for this week. But guys, if you're in the area, if you're anywhere nearby at both of our locations, we're having the mega sale. But here at Shreveport, we're having the grand opening mega sale. So there's going to be some extra stuff going on here during that time. More details to come. But Mark, you think they should be here for it?
Oh, yeah. Show up, save your pennies.
Exactly, and
buy some stuff.
with them getting the 49 construction done, guys, you can go to both places.
Boom, boom.
And find stuff up there at Texarkana, come down here, back and forth. Each place has different things, so tons of great stuff for you to come and save huge amounts of money on.
Oh, yeah.
And walk out of here with just stacks and stacks of stuff. So, guys, mark your calendars, April 6th through the 9th for our grand opening mega sale. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some new number ones. Kind of a light week for stuff. We got a few number ones here that we're covering because it just wasn't a huge week for it.
Yeah.
But we do have some storyline stuff as well. And we got even more news stuff that we're going to talk about later on as well. But let's dive into the new number ones. Mark, what are you going to start us off with?
We're going to start with Batwoman number one from DC, written by Marguerite Bennett and with art by Steve Epting.
Yes.
Awesome artist. The Many Arms of Death storyline. On the island nation of Coryana, anything goes for members of the criminal underworld, and during her lost years after being drummed out of the military, Kane found a kind of refuge there. But now a deadly new bioweapon is available in the markets of Coryana, and Batwoman will have to face up to the things she did in those days and the people she left behind, some of whom would be happier to see her dead than alive. That's rude.
I know Coryana's not the same place that Bane came from. Correct?
I don't think
he was in a prison, but I didn't remember what the name of the place was. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's almost as bad of a place
where
she was at after getting kicked out of the military.
I have the Rebirth issue, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm not like up on what's going on, but I will be.
Yeah. So guys, beautiful artwork is coming from Steve Epting.
Always.
With this, and Marguerite Bennett, she's been a name writer here for a little while now. Looking forward to checking this out. Also, guys, from this week from Dark Horse Comics, before the TV series hits, which is coming not too far from now, June, July, we have Neil Gaiman's American Gods Shadows number one dropping this week. Neil Gaiman, P. Craig Russell teaming up to tell you this story. You may get one issue a year. And it is ongoing. But guys, if you're familiar with American Gods, the novel that he's written and won awards for, we have Shadow Moon getting out of jail to discover his wife is dead. He's defeated, he's broke, he's uncertain as to what to do until he meets Mr. Wednesday, who gives him a job as a bodyguard, but it throws him back into a deadly world of the supernatural where ghosts of the past come back to haunt him from the dead. And there's a brewing war between old gods and new gods, and it's about to hit a boiling point. So I never read the novel.
I haven't either.
But with the casting that they have for the series, and then this, I'm really interested to check it all out.
Yeah,
I'll be checking that out. The TV show out as well, and taking a glance at this as well.
Yeah,
but guys,
cool.
It's gonna be beautiful artwork from P. Craig Russell. But just ask about that. What was the Sandman series that they did a couple years ago?
Yeah,
it was like 6 months an issue. It was almost like that. So just be prepared. In case you do want to get it. What's up for you, Mark?
Vampirella #1 from Dynamite, written by Paul Cornell with art by Jimmy Broxton, who did the controversial cover.
It's already got buzz for this book.
Yeah.
Oh, tons of buzz already.
The S&M Nazi he-she cover.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Where Paul Cornell's like, oh, I'm sorry. And Jimmy Broxton was like,
I'm not
nope,
sorry.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
It was a homage to the old exploitation kind of covers from the 70s, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah. So if you're into that, I guess they pulled it. And
I think I think they had time before going to press.
They changed the wording.
They changed the wording. So I think it's the same cover. The wording
just
going to be
says
changed different.
she is a she now instead of he is a she.
I'm
or
not
she
sure.
Is a he or whatever. I don't know.
They may have just cut that whole phrase, to be honest with you.
It kind of looks like Donald Trump, to be honest.
It does. Dungeon. Horrible looking.
Crazy.
What happens in the issue, bro?
Oh, after a sleep of over 1,000 years, Vampirella finds herself back among the land of the living, but in a world far different than the one she remembers. I think this takes place way in the future.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Where hope is laced with fear and blood has a far different taste. I don't know what that means.
Well, in that 25-cent issue we talked about a couple weeks ago, Vampirella came back 1,000 years later, and she came back to a world. Her mission has been to protect the world from the supernatural and aliens and all that. But then she comes back to a world where she's not even sure if she wants to protect this place. It's that bad. Okay. And this seems to be a follow-up along those lines as well. Okay. Continuing that type of story and scenario that she's found herself in 1,000 years later.
Okay.
So there we go, guys. Find out what's going on with Vampirella with this new ongoing series. Paul Cornell, Jimmy Broxton. Enjoy it while you can, because apparently this will be the last time that Cornell and Broxton ever work together again. So there we go. All you gaming fans out there, Warhammer 40,000 Revelations #1 drops this week by Titan Comics. We got George Mann and Tazio Betton on board here as the creative team. The mighty ongoing series returns with a brand new arc. We have the Elder Harlequins and a Necron tomb. In this issue, Baltus and the Dark Angels prepare for the next stage of the war. So all of you guys that have been following this series, whether you're playing the game or you've been following the various series that have been out from Titan Comics, be sure and check out Warhammer 40,000 Revelations #1 dropping this week for that saga. A couple of storyline issues to jump on here real quick. We are finally wrapping up Monsters Unleashed #5 drops this week. It's the final chapter. We have Captain America, Spider-Man, and Medusa having to lean on their newest young ally, Kid Kaiju, to save the day. But what is imagination worth up against several tons of teeth, claws, and rage? It looks like one Leviathan is going to find out, and Kid Kaiju will have to dig deep with his powers to see if he can save the day and the Earth with it.
And that's spinning off into a
ongoing as well. Cullen Bunn, and I'm not sure who the artist is. I have to double check that. But
Elsa
Bloodstone is going to be in it, I think.
Yeah,
kind of maybe like a mentor type, whatever she decides to be. You know, for all of that as well. But that is happening as well. So we'll have that in just a few weeks. I mean, just a few weeks.
The ongoing starts in April, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. What else for you, Mark?
Well, we have the Superman #19 coming out from DC, which continues the Superman Reborn storyline. It's part 3 of the storyline, and in the penultimate chapter of this tale, the life of Superman's son hangs in the balance, and the Man of Steel faces the truth about his life. Now, I know they revealed the fake Clark Kent.
Yeah.
In this last issue, and I don't know if I should say who it is, but it's a classic old Superman.
We'll leave it be.
Kind of villain, but not necessarily a villain.
Yeah, just mischievous.
Yeah. And I guess he's kidnapped his son?
See, I don't know. I'm behind on reading that, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is Jonathan or if it's something else.
Okay.
So we'll get to find out with this issue as well and see what the deal is with that. How they're going to wrap all this up, though, I have no idea. But I do have, let me tell you this. There are tons of folks, though, after this revelation of who it is, they are not wanting Superman and Lois Lane broken up.
Okay.
They are not wanting the family Superman team.
Don't break up the family.
Don't break up the family, man.
Hashtag keep the family.
Hashtag keep the family, baby. Guys, those are the number ones. Those are the storylines that we're covering for this week. We're going to dive into some news items that came out during the past week that were interesting to us, looked fun to us, very interesting stuff we want to have a discussion about or an opinion about. But guys, one of the big things that happened this past week at the Emerald City Comic Con was they kind of made it like Image Expo, because Image panel that was there, they told about like 15 or so new titles that are be coming out from Image Comics. I'll have a link down below for the full list, but we're going to talk about just a few of them that caught our eye, that looked interesting to us. But there's several down below, and we'll be seeing them coming out throughout the rest of this year, even into the fall.
Yeah.
Not anything like immediate that's going to be dropping, but stuff that will be coming. And I know there was 2 or 3 of them that were listed as coming down the pike later in the fall of this year. One of them is called Family Tree. And that's by Jeff Lemire and Phil Hester teaming up together to do this. We were talking earlier, and both Jeff Lemire and Phil Hester are like working like dogs. They got tons of stuff going on. Phil Hester's like drawing 2 series. Jeff Lemire is like writing 3 or 4 and drawing 1.
Yeah.
That one that I'm aware of, this Royal City.
Yeah.
So tons of stuff there. This Family Tree takes a look at an 8-year-old girl who begins to transform literally into a tree. Her single mom and troubled brother and possibly insane grandfather embark on a journey to try to save her. And there's all kinds of things that entail and ensue that go on with that. Another book that looked very interesting to me was Generation Gone by Alice Cott and Andre Arua. This takes a look at what happens when 3 millennials who are already planning to rob a bank get superpowers. Probably taking a look at the idea of now that they've been endowed with powers, will they be villains or will they change?
Yeah.
And be different? That's kind of that's from what I've read of Alice Cott in the past. It's never something simple. It's going to be a little twist along the way there. Also, for all of you Mage fans that ever read Mage, you get the conclusion of the Mage story with Mage, the Hero Denied, Part 3. It's the anticipated conclusion of the Mage story that's been going on for 20 years. I mean, it's been around for a while.
It's been around a long time.
By Matt Wagner, who writes, draws, he does like all of it. He takes care of, does the whole thing. Another one that caught our eye as well was Sacred Creatures by Klaus Janson and Pablo Raimondi. That is the Klaus Janson that has inked Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. now coming over to writing chores to write and co-write this series. This takes a look at the survivors of an ancient supernatural race. They've woven their existence into our society, but their delicate balance of power has been shifting. It's it's become unraveled, and things are happening in that front. So this looks like a supernatural, maybe horror mystery type of book that's going to be coming out from them as well. One of the ones that we are definitely looking forward to is Shirtless Bear Fighter.
Yeah.
That is coming out.
Shirtless Bear. No.
Show them, baby. But I didn't recognize the names, but they gave some explanation. We have Jody LaHupp, who is a former editor of the Uncanny X-Force, Deadpool, and Quantum and Woody.
So he's familiar with humor.
Yeah, exactly. And then Sebastian Gerner, who's been an editor on Southern Bastards, Deadly Class, and Black Science, and a newcomer artist named Neil Vendrell. They're teaming up to give us a tale for the ages. After being betrayed by the bears that raised him, the legendary shirtless bear fighter wanders the forest he's sworn to protect, fist-fighting bears, eating flapjacks, and being the angriest man the world has ever known. When wild-eyed, super strong bears attack the citizens of Major City, Shirtless ventures into the human world to do what he does best: punch those bears in the face. But not as all as it seems. Someone is manipulating Shirtless, and only by confronting the demons of his past,
whatever that may be,
can Shirtless hope to save the future. Oh, man.
That just sounds awesome.
That just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
I was telling Mark, it reminds me of what Ryan Otley, his Bear Shark or whatever that series was that he was doing, Land Shark or whatever it was, that it reminds me of that, and I hope it's as humorous, if not more so, because it just sounds fun. Another one is the family trade that stuck out to us. We got Justin Jordan and Morgan Beam on board here, taking a look about a family of assassins and con men and thieves dedicated to keeping their floating city in the sky. But it would be a great thing for them. Yeah. But something changes all that because their youngest member manages to nearly cause the city to go to war with itself. And so that we'll be looking at that tale with that. Another one that caught my eye as well because the creative team is The New World, where you have Alish Kott again and Trad Moore of Luther fame. And tons of great covers at Marvel. He did tons of Deadpool covers and other Secret Avengers.
Captain America. Vote Loki or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When Loki was running for president, all that jazz. Yeah. But this takes a look at The New World is set in the United States of America decades from now. It's a war-torn landscape slowly revitalizing itself. What happens when Romeo is a straight-edge hacker and Juliet is a messy TV star cop with a license to kill? And what happens when they meet? They may be enemies, but their chemistry is too hard to deny. So that's one that we looked at as well that kind of caught our eyes. And there was another one as well that Mark had brought up, Redlands. We got Jordi Belair and Vanessa Del Rey teaming up for this series. And it's a series of 3 witches that move to the Redlands, Florida, and take over as law enforcement.
That sounds...
Kind of like Greg Rucka's, they're giving you a mashup. You know how you love those mashups, guys. You know, if you like this and this, and you're gonna love this. Well, this is kind of like Southern Bastards meets Greg Rucka's Black Magic, along those veins. But guys, 15 great stuff. There's a graphic novel coming out from Declan Shalvey. Tons of other stuff in there as well. Those are just some of the ones that caught our eyes with this list of stuff. So check out the link in the description below and tell us what you think about these new titles coming from Image Comics later this year. Moving on from Image, though, guys, we mentioned it earlier, but if you've been looking forward to even more great, fantastic stuff at Marvel from Jeff Lemire, it's not going to happen. Why is that, Mark?
He's not going to renew his contract.
He did not.
He said he wants to go off and do other stuff for a while.
So like his current stuff is
Old Man Logan,
Moon Knight. He's still doing X-Men.
Yeah, I think he's doing X-Men title. All that stuff's going to be wrapping up soon.
Exactly. So he'll be wrapping that stuff up and then moving on to this other stuff that we've already mentioned, Royal City, that he's writing and drawing. I mean, that takes time. It's got to take time.
He's still doing that AD thing, isn't he, with Scott Snyder?
That's right.
The third issue hadn't come out of that yet.
He's still got to draw that.
Yeah.
Because Snyder's primarily writing that one as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, Jeff Lemire is moving on to create her own stuff. So you will find more of his stuff outside of Marvel than you have in the past. The Image, Aftershock, and wherever else he lands up at. So good luck to Jeff Lemire for that. Kudos to that, to be in that position. Also, guys, we mentioned it last week, but we had another news article come up again concerning Make Mine Marvel is going to be the name of the basic event for Marvel later this year. You know, they had the Marvel Nows, and they've had the Marvel this, and the Marvel that, and the .MUs, all that stuff. But this is going to be Make Mine Marvel. It's supposed to be the big transition that we've talked about to legacy numbering and to legacy core characters.
Coming back.
So what we're looking at for the news that came out of Emerald City Comic Con is that we're going to have Steve Rogers back as a non-Hydra Captain America, Tony Stark back as Iron Man, Bruce Banner back as the Hulk, Odinson as Thor, Peter Parker as a non-CEO Spider-Man.
Which is already going to happen in that Spectacular Spider-Man series.
Exactly.
It's coming out this summer.
Yes, by Zartsky and Kubert.
Yeah.
So, and then we got Logan as Wolverine.
Wolverine's coming back.
Janet Van Dyne as the Wasp. All that jazz. But they're supposed to still keep the newer versions of these characters. Sam Wilson, Amadeus Cho, Miles Morales. They're still going to be hanging around. And it looks like these characters may have their own series alongside the legacy characters. So we're looking forward to that. Totally Awesome Hulk, Incredible Hulk, and She-Hulk. We might have a Mighty Thor and a Jane Thor.
Yeah.
Iron Man and the Iron Heart series.
Old Man Logan and Young Man Logan.
Well, it's like do Logan and then do X-23 or something like that.
Yeah.
To me, it's like do it that way. But guys, it looks like it is happening, and I know some people have been very excited to hear that news, and asking us and just the internet in general the question: so where is the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, you can't do You can't do this kind of thing. Legacy, you can't talk legacy and classic characters and all that without having a Fantastic Four book.
Of some kind.
Yeah.
From somebody. And honestly, oh, God, I wish the reason why we haven't heard from Hickman in so long is because he's working on something.
Oh, that would be...
along those lines.
It would be fantastic. Fantastic.
It would be fantastic, sir.
I'd be all for it.
Way to go. Guys, Marvel has already announced another crossover event for this summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We've got Totally Awesome Hulk and Weapon X joining forces for Weapons of Mutant Destruction, the storyline coming later. Looks like they've found out that Weapon X, the Weapon X program, has been hunting the Hulk and have a very specific mission in mind that involves the Hulk. But the current Weapon X team, they're not for it. Neither is Amadeus Cho. Hence, fighting.
Fighting and slashing and smashing and...
And from the image you just saw on the screen as well, it looks like they're making gamma-powered Wolverine clones.
It sure does.
That's kind of cool.
That's
and
kind of
scary.
cool and scary. Very scary.
Super scary.
Yeah.
Even though there's no... I don't think they would... Especially if they lace these clones with adamantium, that would be crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But even still, if you have a clone of Wolverine gamma powered, the regenerative abilities is just beyond anything we've ever seen before. It's almost
That's
overpowering.
Crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
that would be insane. But guys, Weapons of Mutant Destruction, check that out. That's going to be coming along. Also, a classic X villain is going to be a part of that, or maybe the cause of that as well.
I wonder who dabbles in that kind of stuff, like a Mr. Sinister kind of guy.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister. I wouldn't say Apocalypse for this. Who else is experimenting? Pierce, the guy over the or who was over the Reavers?
Oh gosh,
was that Pierce? I don't know.
I don't remember.
It could be any number of people, but yeah. Sinister is the one that does spring to mind. Almost immediately.
Weapon X is just going to be getting started as a book.
I know,
and they're already going to throw it into a crossover.
Exactly, and I don't like that.
I don't like that much either.
I don't like that at all. They did that with
Doctor Strange with the Death of Magic thing.
That last New Avengers book. Yeah. It started on the heels of Fear Itself, or one of those other big events that happened years ago. And no, the last one that was written by Al Ewing, whatever the Ultimate, not the Ultimates. There was another Avengers type book.
Oh, it was the
Uncanny Avengers.
No, it was it was the Mighty Avengers.
I think you're right. I think
it was like Volume 2 of the Mighty Avengers.
Yeah, but it was based off the whole event that was going on at the time.
Yeah,
it's like, no, come on, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Guys, even some more X-Men news. We've been seeing these teasers online showing different people and other characters blacked out for you to guess who they were, but they finally revealed it, and there is a new Astonishing X-Men comic hitting the shelf. It's going to be written by Charles Soule. We don't know who the artist is going to be yet, but it's going to have Old Man Logan, Archangel, Mystique, Rogue, Gambit, Bishop, Psylocke, and Phantom X.
And we were talking about Archangel and Psylocke last week.
We were.
And when they were going to show up, and now they are showing up.
They are showing up. They were not gone for long at all. So,
not at all.
For the Astonishing X-Men team, it kind of looks like a cross between like X-Force and the regular X-Men teams. I mean, with these characters and stuff.
From the 90s, like X-Men, whichever it was, Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Bishop on an X-Men team.
Not in a long time.
In a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't think, we've never seen Phantom X as part of an X-Men team, as far as I know. He's always been a fringe character involved in X-Force and stuff. He was on the X-Force. He was on the X-Force team. He was on that.
Rogue coming over from Uncanny.
Exactly.
Avengers. And I don't know how I feel about Mystique being on like an X-Men. I've always liked her better as a bad guy.
Same here.
I don't know how I feel about her being on like an X. I don't know what her character's like now because I haven't read it in a while. But
yeah. I haven't kept. There's been so much of that I haven't kept up with.
Yeah,
because it's been uninteresting to me.
But this stuff is gonna probably get me back into the X-Men. All this resurrection stuff seems kind of fun.
Yeah, and they're looking at a classic villain coming back, restored, more powered. And speculation is it might be Emma Frost because of the events of Inhumans
IBX,
versus X-Men. You know, with a change back.
She kind of went nutty.
I mean, really, I'm wondering, like, is that? I mean, she lost Scott.
Yeah.
Was that
and her mind?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, is that the turning point for her? The loss of Scott to all this, Cyclops to all this. So, so we'll see. And guys, to round out this news segment, Marvel is doing something I don't think they've ever done, and if they have done it,
I don't think they have ever. DC's done it, but I don't think Marvel ever has.
Guys, they're going to start advertising, like TV and movie advertising. They're going to be doing theater advertisements. This year, you're going to see advertisements of Secret Empire before select screenings of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And then Marvel Comics is going to be on the small screen and with different TV spots and on-air interviews. And they're going to be still pushing Secret Empire and their new X-Men books.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm like, there's been all this speculation about the X-Men stuff. It's like something has happened. Something has happened that we're just not privy to yet.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes and all that. Just comic book politics. Who would have ever thought?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's always been around, but it just seems. I mean, it's more in your face now because you know everything that's going on. Rumors on the internet and all that.
Right. So something's happened. They're I mean, I expected them to put some money behind Secret Empire because they're like hip deep into it now. They're not changing it. I mean, that's still going to run through a lot of the legacy stuff we're going to see later this year.
Maybe that's going to lead into it,
possibly,
because it's like an alternate future thing or whatever.
Right,
Nazi America because of Trump or whatever. I don't know, but
Hydra, baby,
Hydra, yeah,
Hydra.
Yeah, Hail Hydra.
But guys, I'm looking forward to seeing some of that stuff. I think this is a big thing for Marvel.
It is.
It seems obvious in so many ways, but they haven't done it until now. So there we go. And something is happening with the X-Men. Something has happened. We don't know about it yet, but with them relaunching this entire line, all this new stuff, Resurrection stuff, and then actually pushing money for it on TV, something has happened. So guys, that's the new stuff for this week that we're covering. Tons of interesting, fun stuff happening. More information about stuff that we've already discussed, which is really, really cool. But that leads into our question of the week. And guys, from our previous news topic about these gamma-powered Wolverine clones
smashed together,
two
powers,
yeah, exactly.
Together.
Our question of the week to you is simply this: if you could have any two superpowers combined, what would they be? Tell us in the comments below. Mark, any idea of what, if you could have two superpowers, what they would be?
Oh, I'd like to be invulnerable and retractable hair.
Like Medusa?
Does she have, is it retractable or is it like that all? I mean, I'd like to be able to be bald one day and then be Fabio like 5 minutes later.
That's awesome.
That would be cool.
I think that would be cool. I appreciate that, man. Like Mr. Hammer one day, and then book cover model.
There you go.
There you go. Arm and Hammer.
That's it, man.
That is awesome. For me, I would like the ability to punch bears in the face with the Speed Force.
Oh man, you can get a lot of bears done that way.
Be the shirtless bear fighter. I don't know.
The shirtless bear flash fighter. Wow. That's cool. Doing
what I do best at super speed, punching bears in the face.
You could get all the bears in the world in like a minute.
A minute and a half tops.
And then you wouldn't have anything to do with the rest of your life, dude. You'd have them all punched.
I'd have to go after rhinos.
Yeah.
Hey guys, have fun with that. With that gamma powered Wolverine clone stuff, I was like, that's kind of cool. It takes me back to the amalgam days whenever we had DC and Marvel crossed over with stuff, and you had
Dark Claw, and
all that stuff.
The wacky one. It was the Flash and Ghost Rider. What was that one? The Speed Demon. Demon.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. That was actually cool. So guys, have fun with that. Answer the question of the week below. If you could have any two superpowers combined, What would they be? Have fun with it. And tell us what you think about some of these news items that we talked about as well. The events that are coming up, the changes that are coming up, Marvel advertising on TV, all that jazz. Have fun with that in the comment section down below. That's it for this week, guys. Anything else to add, sir?
Nothing. Not a thing.
Not a thing. Guys, sorry it's a light week, but
yeah,
hopefully we made up for it with this new stuff. And tell us in the comments below, too, what do you think about us talking about the news items, a change to our previous format.
It's been fun.
Yeah, because we really enjoy it. So we hope that you guys do as well. It's fun talking about stuff and being able to express an opinion about it as well. At some point in time, whether it comes out the day of, and we record this.
You did not wear your Cookie Monster fur, man.
I did not. I will do my best to remember, sir.
All right.
Just for you.
Okay.
Just for you. So, guys, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Leave us some fantastic comments down below. Read some great comics, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.